She opened the forbidden door. What happened next shocked everyone. In African story, this adage lives in our memories of many reasons. The curious hand that lifts the veil may not be ready for the face beneath. Curiosity can lead to terrifying discoveries one is not prepared for. A locked door is not a dare but a warning. Those who ignore it pay the price. Some mysteries are meant to remain untouched, or they bring grave consequences. The whisper of the unknown is sweet, but its scream is deafening. What seems intriguing from afar may become unbearable when faced head-on. It all started when Ada moved into her grandmother's old house deep in the village. The house had been abandoned for years, and everyone in the town warned her never to enter it, especially the small room at the end of the hallway. They called it the Forbidden Room. But Ada was curious. What could possibly be inside that room that made people so afraid? It was just a house, after all, right? One night, as the wind howled outside and the old wooden floors creaked beneath her feet, Ada found herself standing in front of the door. Her heart pounded. The door was old, covered in strange markings that looked like they had been carved by hand. She placed her hand on the rusty knob and, without thinking, turned it. The door creaked open. A gust of cold air rushed past her, sending chills down her spine. The room was dark, damp, and smelled of something ancient. Candles, long burned out, sat on a wooden table covered in dust. But what caught her attention the most was a large mirror in the center of the room. It wasn't like any mirror she had ever seen. The frame was made of blackened gold, and the glass seemed to ripple as though it was made of water. Ada stepped closer, peering into the reflection. At first, she only saw herself, but then her reflection blinked. Ada gasped. She hadn't blinked. The reflection moved on its own. And then, it smiled. "You shouldn't have come here, Ada." The voice was soft, yet chilling. Ada stumbled backward, heart racing. How did it know her name? She turned to run, but the door slammed shut behind her with an ear-splitting bang. The air in the room grew heavy, and the mirror began to crack, piece by piece. Then, something stepped out. A shadowy figure emerged from the mirror, its eyes glowing red. It looked like Ada, but twisted, darker, and with an eerie grin that sent shivers through her entire body. "You freed me," the figure whispered, stepping closer. "Now you take my place." Ada screamed, banging on the door, but it wouldn't budge. The last thing the villagers heard that night was her desperate cries before everything went silent. The next morning, the villagers gathered outside the house, but Ada was nowhere to be found. Instead, they saw something horrifying: the mirror, now placed in the hallway, reflecting an image of Ada trapped inside. And then, she blinked. No one ever dared to open that door again. Would you open the forbidden door?